Yes, Esteban out here being A1 producer. He turned the camera on, and right when he turned the camera on, pushed the little button, he went with the finger gun. I'm just like, that's what I need in my life. I need that support in my life, you guys. It's another episode of Crystal's Nightcap. And like I said, these are on YouTube now. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, Crystal's Nightcap will be on YouTube. So you can check it out. My YouTube is exactly the same as everything, y'all. I have branded myself so perfectly. La Crystal Rosas. There's another YouTube channel that says La Crystal Rosas, and honestly, that's my high school days. That's my high school life. So please do not look at any of those videos. Those are cringe videos. I do not want y'all to see on YouTube. But we're out here now, and we try to be fancy a little bit, and we try to, just do things a little different. So if that's what you're into, if you're on YouTube all the time, go ahead, hit up YouTube, hit me up there, and you can watch Crystal's Nightcap now on YouTube. We're still trying to get the rhythm of things going, see what you guys like, what you guys don't like. We already have a few hundred views on YouTube from the episode on Tuesday night, and y'all are liking it in the comments. So I think this is what we're going to do now. All right, so tonight what we're going to be talking about is the brand new Taco Bell hotel opening in Palm Springs. Doctors use fish skin to craft a transgender's new hoo-ha parts down there. Ronnie from the Jersey Shore got liposuction. Love that. I surprised my dad with Warriors tickets tonight, and I have something that involves Esteban. He doesn't really know what's happening, but his heart just dropped right now. If you guys don't know, Esteban is my 18-year-old cousin who comes in on Tuesdays and Thursdays and helps me out back behind the scenes, and I pay him in food. That's what's happening, okay? So let's get into Hand Me the Headlines. Like I said, the first thing we're going to talk about is this brand new Taco Bell themed hotel that is coming to Palm Springs. Have y'all been to Palm Springs before? It's like a place. It's how do I describe it? Okay, I think an hour before LA or 2 hours before LA. It's down by Coachella. A lot of people stay at Palm Springs and then go to Coachella. I know a few people who own houses down there, and it's kind of like a retirement vacation spot, I would say. So there was a Taco Bell themed wedding that happened at a cantina in Las Vegas, and this was a big deal, and it was very, very popular. So Taco Bell was like, all right, we're going to run with this, and we're going to make our own hotel. So apparently, the hotel has expanded menu items. You can enjoy a spa featuring Taco Bell-inspired hair in their nail salon. And yeah, my thoughts on this Taco Bell themed hotel, I think it's dope. Okay, me and my good friends, you guys know, I talked to my friend Elisa, who had the whole bachelorette in Cabo. She's getting married in Cancun. We're doing her man's birthday party in Palm Springs. She already booked the house and everything. I'm like, 911 emergency. Can you not book the house? And can we try to switch it over to this Taco Bell themed hotel? But my problem with the hotel is that I would not want to go to a Taco Bell hotel with my significant other, would you say? I don't want no booty calls taking me down there. I don't want my mans. I don't want to go there with my husband. That just kind of sounds like a nightmare. I can still stomach Taco Bell at my 25 years of age, but I know a lot of men out there around my age who cannot. And if we are staying at a whole Taco Bell hotel, that just sounds like a nasty, dirty problem. Because my dad cannot eat Taco Bell, my brother cannot eat Taco Bell. It's gonna be bad for that. So I don't want to go on a romantic trip to this Taco Bell hotel. I'd want to go with my girls and maybe have some margaritas if they have them there. And the spa sounds cute too. But as for a little getaway with my boo, yeah, I'm a swerve on that. You can check that out at lacrystalrosas.com. All right, this next story, Esteban found this one for me, and I heard him with the headline, and I was kind of like, okay, I want to read more about this. A doctor used fish skin for the first time to craft a transgender female's new hoo-ha down there. Okay, apparently she had a really botched job down there when she went to her original doctor. So she came to this new doctor to help fix it up down there and, get things going. Because as females, we want things to be cute and soft and tight and other words I just don't feel like describing to you guys right now. But you know what I mean. So when she was botched down there, she was like, this is not working. I need to go find someone else to fix all this mess. And they decided to use, the tilapia membrane. They were able to attach and recoat the hoo-ha walls of her canal. Esteban, you were way too descriptive. in the blog right here that I'm checking. Like, he's using words I definitely cannot say on Wild 94.9. I could say words here on the podcast, but the thing about the podcast is I want to make it like PG-13-ish. You know, I definitely want people my age to be able to listen to this, maybe a little younger too. But these words, Esteban, that you have written up here, I cannot. Anyways, yeah, the tilapia skin was used to recoat the walls of the vagine canal, which are apparently act like stem cells, so they just stop freaking out, Esteban. They just remake themselves and they bond to the skin, and then with the skin, it can grow into like regular people's skin. Apparently, the procedure was a huge breakthrough in gynecology surgery, and congratulations to her. I think that's dope. Have you guys seen, there's a video on YouTube that Selena and Graham from the JV show, we all watched together. I found it on YouTube because y'all know I'm always looking for things to post and things to go viral and all that. I found a cartoon animation of how doctors turn male parts into female parts for a transgender surgery. And wow, that was very, very, very interesting. Actually, Stefan, if you can find it on YouTube right now so you can put that on the blog as well under this vagine skin thing. So go on YouTube and just type like, I'll have it for you guys at crystalrosas.com, but it is like very interesting. And the thing that caught my eye most about this drawn out virtual procedure of turning a man's parts to a female's parts is that like the tip and everything is still there. Like that's like the part where it's like the most sensitive, right? And then it like goes down and like the tube that connects, that's all still there. They just turn it into like the little clam pearl, if you know what I'm saying. I think this might be a little hard to describe verbally, but that video will be up at crystalrosas.com. It's not gory or anything because it's an animation of it. And me, Selena, and Graham were really taken back by all of it. So yeah, great job. I mean, if people want to change themselves down there, and if regular people's skin isn't working out, use a tilapia. Use a sheep. Use whatever you need. What kind of weird chameleon? Use a chameleon down there. That'd be dope. I know some guys hooked up with. If a guy hooked up with a female and she had the chameleon skin down there, he'd be like, "Ooh, this is that luxury." All right, the next story we're gonna have for Hand Me the Headlines has to do with Ronnie from the Jersey Shore. The Jersey Shore to me is just, I think, the highlight of my youth and childhood. I remember in high school, me, my brother, my mom and dad, we would sit down as a family, and Esteban would be in there sometimes too. We would watch the Jersey Shore together, and Cabs Ahia, GTL, Gym, Tan, and Laundry, all about that. So anytime something pops off with one of the members of Jersey Shore, I'm always all about it. And recently, Ronnie from the Jersey Shore, Ron, stop. Man, I really wish that Sammy and Ron worked out, but she's really happy with her fiance. I know that for a fact. And Ronnie's had it tough, you guys. Ronnie, if you aren't up to speed with what's been happening with the Jersey Shore, Ronnie ended up getting a girlfriend, and then she got the girlfriend pregnant, and then they kind of got on a show together, and Ronnie was talking on the show. I think he was really drunk about how he doesn't even love her and how he's still in love with Sammy. That must be really tough to go through. Anyways, Ronnie's out here getting an artificial six-pack, and I'm not mad at it at all. Even though, you see, when the Jersey Shore men, the Guidos, if I will, started on the Jersey Shore, they were young. I mean, they were 21, 25, under 30, right? And now they're probably all 30 and above. So when you're young like that, you can keep up that gym, tan, and laundry. You can. I could barely do it, but these guys could do that. They have a lot of testosterone, anger in them, obviously. So pumping at the gym is what they did. Now when you're a little older, I just assume it doesn't work like that anymore. Your body just doesn't bounce back and get in the shape like it used to. So I assume that's why Ronnie had to go on the show The Doctors, which is premiering this Friday night, the Ronnie episode. And it's revealed that he had a whole liposuction procedure done. He doesn't have time to go to the gym anymore, it says. So he decided to get liposuction on his abs and to try to cut his abs out a little bit. I'm not hating on Ronnie. I mean, you got the money to do it. Honey, do it. Just like I don't hate on females when they get their bodies done and are open about that. Do that. Cardi B got it done. Good for you. Black China was on Wendy yesterday morning, and was talking about how she got her body done too. it's 2019. If you can do it, get it done. I right now, I'm at that pinnacle point in my life. I think I might have explained this before in another episode of Crystal's Nightcap, where I'm at the point that if I don't change my lifestyle, I will probably be unhappy with my body if I don't start eating healthy and don't start going to the gym and try to make that a habit. And a lot of y'all have been hitting my DMs trying to give me different diet tips, different rules to follow. I hate vegetables. So it's been a little rough. And I've been doing this intermittent fasting, which isn't the healthiest, I would say, but I'm happy. Like I tell Esteban all the time, because it was about a month and a half ago when Esteban sat me down and was like, Crystal, there's a problem. You are looking like a chunky monkey. Like, your face is just getting way too round. Y'all, I told you guys there was a point where I wasn't taking selfies anymore or posting videos because I was self-conscious about how my body was getting. And he told me, Crystal, get your life together, okay? And that's when I was sharing with you guys that I signed up for the gym and I'm, trying to eat a little healthier. I would just go wild and eat whatever I wanted, but that did catch up to me. So I feel like obviously this has been happening with Ronnie. And if he wants to get his little six-pack on and he wants to get some lipo done, do the thing. Ladies out there, you want to get your chests done or blow up your lips, do it. That's the trend right now. So do your thing. I right now I'm going to work on myself, trying to just change my whole lifestyle and be healthy in that way, because people can do that too. You can't get a huge booty like that, but God just didn't want me to have a big booty. So for now, I'm happy with how I am, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Ronnie, you gonna have that GTL body back. And you have a baby mother already, so you have your little family. Keep doing that, Ronnie. We're all rooting for you. And I'm definitely going to want to check out this episode of The Doctors. So now let's talk about my dad, because he was at the Warriors game tonight. The Warriors won, you guys. It was a really, really good game. They're playing right here at Oracle Arena. It was game 2. So it's not a vital game, obviously, but if it's out here in the Bay, we got to keep those positive vibes up. We got to make sure that everybody in the Bay is watching and knowing and out there. So I did have to work tonight. My good friend Esteban Marquez, I'll link his Instagram below, because he's a really, really good Bay Area photographer. He took me to a playoff game like 2 years ago, and then he took me one to last year, and then he took me to a playoff game this year. He's actually a listener from the JV show who turned into one of my really, really good friends. So he took me to the Warriors game the other day. You guys probably saw if you follow me on socials at La Crystal Rosas. And I was leaving for the Warrior game, and my dad was so sad. He was like, Crystal, like, you need to take me. Why can't you take me? And I'm like, Papi, I didn't pay for this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I had the hookup with tickets, I will make sure that I would hook you up first. But I just can't take you to a game right now. Tickets are crazy expensive and all of that. So Father's Day is approaching, and it's game 2 tonight. And the day before yesterday, I was like, man, I want my dad to be able to go to a playoff game here at the Oracle, because my dad grew up here in Oakland, and my dad would take me to Warriors games when I was little all the time. Y'all, my dad would take me to Warriors games when there was Thunder up in there. Y'all remember Thunder? If you don't remember Thunder, 1, you're too young, or 2, you're not a real Warriors fan, because my dad would take me court seats to see Thunder, which was definitely not expensive at the time, because the Warriors were not good when I was younger. But now, of course, the Warriors are on fire, and tickets are crazy expensive. And I wanted to do something for my dad. My check wasn't bad. I just got it a few days ago. So I was like, you know what? I can splurge a little on my dad while I'm at work. So I bought a ticket for my dad. And Esteban, the guy who, the listener, my good friend who took me to the playoff games a few games before, I reached out to him because I couldn't think of anyone else in my family that would be down to spend that much on a ticket. And I knew that Esteban is a huge Warrior. I know it's confusing because I have this Esteban, but the other one is Estevan. Okay, this Esteban is my little cousin, 18 years old. The Estevan is a listener. He's a little older. He's a photographer. So I knew if I reached out to him, he would be down to spend a few $100s on another Warriors ticket. So I did hit him up. He was totally down to go with my dad. And I wanted to do a video surprise. Do you guys watch David Dobrik on YouTube? Okay, he be giving out Mercedes-Benz and Super Bowl tickets. So we don't have that budget right now for Crystal's Nightcap. Okay, the budget I have is paying for Esteban's free food twice a week to help me out with editing and recording these YouTube videos and my podcast. And okay, I can cash out a few $100 on my dad for a Warriors ticket. So I was supposed to surprise him yesterday, but your girl overnapped and he wasn't home. So I was like, ugh, that means I have to get up early today before he goes to drop off my nephew to school so that I can catch him and surprise him on video. So I woke up at like 7 a.m. and I put a little hoodie on. Y'all know how I do it. And I run over to my parents' house and I go in and my dad's like hanging out in the kitchen getting my nephew ready for school. And my dad's like, oh, Cristal, like, do you know, like your tia, she passed away. Well, he ends up telling me that his first cousin passed away today. And he's like, he's lightweight bummed. And when he tells me that, I'm just like, this is awkward because how am I going to show off a surprise for you, like a big surprise? And then he goes on to say that the first night of her Rosario is tonight. So I don't know how you guys handle deaths in your family, but in our like Mexican family, we're all Catholic. And when someone passes away, you do the Rosario probably for like seven nights. 7 nights, everyone comes to the house and you guys pray the rosary and there's usually like food, pan dulce, cafecito, whatever. And the first night was going to be tonight. That's what my dad said. He said that he was going to the Rosario tonight. And I was just like, oh my God, how am I going to bring it up to him? First of all, this stuff always happens to me. Like I plan something exciting and cool and then just something terrible kind of skews everything. So the vibe was just dead. The vibe was so negative when I walked into the house. And here I walk in like all excited for a surprise. And I had told him a few days ago that I had a surprise for him. When I actually bought the tickets, I told him I have a surprise, but I didn't tell him what it was. And the baby was there and the baby knew too. And the baby's very good at secrets. Like I told him not to say anything. My little nephew, 6-year-old Alex. So my dad and I are talking and he's telling me more about his cousin. I don't know her too well, but he tells me like the history of all this stuff in our family and why she's very important in our family. And we just start talking, and then he asks me, oh, what's my surprise? Where's my surprise? Because he remembers. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I have the ticket on my phone and I text him the surprise, the ticket. And I have my nephew open it, and he shows it to my dad. So here is my dad's reaction to seeing the surprise.
You got tickets. Thursday, May 16. Oracle, Golden State Warriors, Section 122. Tonight. Holy smoke. I'm going. Yeah. I'll go to the Rosary tomorrow. Holy shit. NBA Western Finals. I'm going to the game. Wow, Ducky.
He almost had a stroke on me at the end of that. My dad, he's funny. Like whenever he gets really excited or starts laughing, like he will, I don't know what it is with his throat, but he'll just start like coughing like crazy. Like father, like daughter. If y'all listen to the JV show, you know that whenever I was on in the mornings, I would cough like crazy. And I think I got that from my dad. But yeah, at the end of the day, he was really excited. And if you caught that, he said he'll just go to the Rosario tomorrow, which I mean, I felt kind of bad ripping him away from that, but at the same time, I knew that he really wanted to go, and I really wanted to make sure that he went before the Warriors didn't play at the Oracle anymore. And then Estevan was telling me that when they come back, the tickets are going to be crazier expensive, and then this is just what my budget can really hold at the moment. So my dad had so much fun, and then we were watching the game here while I was live on air on Wild. And they were down pretty much the whole time. And we kept fouling and we weren't hitting our threes really. But at the end of the day, like the Warriors always do, in quarter 4, we came back winning by 3 points. It was such a fun game. Like, it was such a good game. So I'm really happy that my dad got to see the Warriors actually win. And then afterwards, if you guys haven't been to like a big Warriors game, after the game, usually they have fireworks outside and then they'll have a DJ and people are dancing, like getting Bay Area crazy. So my dad was FaceTiming me through pretty much all of that. And it was really fun to see him have such a good time. And again, thank you so much to Estevan Marquez for taking my dad and, you know, being down always and just being a really, really, really good friend. So now, Estevan, come here. Come hither. He doesn't want to be on camera. I want to talk about, can you just at least get on the mic? He said no. Okay. I want to talk about a very interesting thing that happened to us last week when we were both looking at my phone and I opened up a Snapchat. So this was awful because this doesn't happen very often. I think this has happened. Can you check the camera to see if it's still good? My bad. Esteban hates attention. He hates people. He hates talking to anyone other than me. Like, I'm the only person. We have the exact same humor. That's the one thing that we have pretty much in common. And also, I would say that my little cousin Esteban is me, like me as a person, but just doesn't crave attention like I do. You're pretty as creative as I am, I'd say, and not as loud and stuff. So he's just like the low key guy. Anyways. So this has not happened to me very often. I think that what happened when Esteban was right next to me looking at my phone has happened to me a total of 5 times. A surprise D-pic on Snapchat. And right now at this point in my life, y'all, I have nobody that, one, I'm sending nudes to, or 2, that I'm receiving nudes from. And most of the time when I get nudes on Snapchat or Instagram, they are unsolicited. And those are the worst. Those are the unsolicited D-pics are just not the business, fellas. Not the business. And the quickest way for you to get blocked, if I'm going to be 100 with you. So Esteban and I are minding our business. I'm kind of on different socials. I'm on Snapchat and I open up a Snapchat picture and there it is. A nasty, like my eye is twitching. Like that's how nasty this was. A nasty D-pic. Nothing to be proud of. Nothing to be unsoliciting people with. Dark, huge, long pubes. Like so gross. Me and I chucked the phone. As soon as I opened that, me and Esteban looked at each other. I just chucked the phone because of how nasty it was. I picked it back up, had to block homeboy. I don't know who he was. It was a random, probably listener or follower. It was not okay. And I want to personally apologize to you, Esteban, for putting you through that because Esteban has never seen a D-pic like that, like an unsolicited. And it was unwarranted. You did not deserve it at all. So I want to sincerely apologize to you. You don't? Okay. He doesn't accept my apology, and that's okay. That's okay. I'll get you a large tonight when we go to Jack in the Box. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring up in terms of Esteban. So this next part is not going to be on YouTube. You're only going to find it on my actual podcast, Crystal's Nightcap. But basically, you guys probably saw that today Gucci was going viral. They were going viral because, again, they're just out here disrespecting everyone in the whole world. Culture by culture, religion by religion. First it was when they had a whole blackface sweater that they thought was okay, and rappers like T.I. and others have decided to boycott Gucci. I don't exactly know how that went. I don't think it went too well, but I don't own anything Gucci. I don't know if you do. I'm not judging you, but they're just really not making good moves. And today, Gucci was raising eyebrows again because they were promoting and marketing a $800 turban, which is kind of like, okay, why? I don't know anything about the Sikh religion. I personally don't have any Sikh friends, but I do have some Sikh listeners. And I got one DM right now from a female listener, and she said, hi, Crystal. I first off want to say what a huge fan I am of your podcasts. You're hilarious. I am Sikh by faith, and I'm absolutely shocked and disgusted by Gucci designing a turban as a fashion accessory. My people have been persecuted, tortured, shot, and far worse across, and now all over, tortured, shot, and far worse across the world, and now all of a sudden it's cute to wear a turban. Please, GTFO. Get the F out. And I agree with you. That was a Sandy Shara who shared that message with me. So I posted on my Instagram. Any Sikh followers have any thoughts on what Gucci did today?